Just give yourself time to just land into the practice. You might bring feet under the hips. Just spend a moment connecting under the toes, ball of the foot, the heel. Might roll onto the outside arch of the foot. So our shoulders to sink down, moving away from the ears, arms by the side. Even though we're back on the mat, you might tell yourself, nothing to do right now, nothing to achieve. Chest is open. However busy your thoughts might be, just draw them in to focus on your next breath. So inhale, feel like you're breathing in from the tip of the nose. Feel the oxygen enter the body, and whenever you're ready, sigh it out. See if you can just find the pattern of your breath. All day we breathe even when we're not conscious of it. When we bring our attention to our breath, it helps bring us into the present moment. When we're always wanting more, when we're always in our dreams, in our plans, thinking ahead, we deny ourselves now. We can only live in now. So we just use this focus on our breath to maybe learn something about ourselves and where we're at. Let's bring our hands just over our heart. You might place one hand over the other. Maybe you might feel into your heartbeat. This week's practice, we're going to do one practice each day for each element of Chinese medicine. So we start today with the fire element. The season for our fire element is summer, the summer we're in the Southern Hemisphere. And then Tuesday, we'll move into our earth element. Wednesday, water element. Thursday, the wood element. Forgot one then. Metal, of course. So we'll just see if we can investigate the elements of each and what they mean. We can all be a little more attached to one element than the other. Maybe some are more balanced in our lives than others. A fire element can condense it into this idea of knowing our true self, which is a lot easier said than done. So often we just get stuck in our habit energy, just doing things because we've always done them, just stuck in patterns, same habits again and again, even though they may not serve us, they may not bring us joy. Sometimes it's hard to change these habits, hard to change these patterns. So our fire element is our heart meridian and our small intestine meridian. These are upper body meridians. Heart meridian runs along the inside of our arm down to our little finger. Small intestine comes up the back of the shoulder, the back of the neck, and around to our face. Our heart beats 100,000 times a day, pumps blood throughout our body, pumps 7,000 liters throughout the day. At any time, we have 5 liters of blood in our body. The heart pumps 7,000 liters, doing its job. Just take a moment to notice maybe 1 or 2 of the 100,000 beats. Maybe this idea of our heart moving blood throughout our body. The small intestine is 6 meters long, and it takes nutrients from our stomach and sends them to the spleen. Protein, carbohydrates, B12. Our spleen converts these nutrients into the energy we need throughout the day. Let's just start with some gentle movement. We'll find a point on our heart meridian at our wrist crease, so on the inside line of the wrist. Just press in with the thumb. This is a point called Heart 7. This helps bring us a little more present. Take a breath as you press in maybe some small circles. Switch to the opposite side. Now we'll bring our arm over our head. We're just going to grab the very tip of our little finger. Just gently draw the arm over, opening up the side body. Heart meridian ends at the end of the little finger, so you might like to squeeze in here either side. Side out. And then let's draw the other arm over, grab the end of that little finger, just gently draw it over. Take a breath. Let's bring our hands together, interlace the fingers, and we'll just roll through the wrists. Both directions. Maybe roll open through the elbows as well. We'll just gently warm up the body, preparing for movements ahead. Let's take our arms out. I'm just going to lift one leg and roll through the ankle joint. Both directions. Place that foot down and we'll switch to the other side. Let's draw our feet together, knees together. Just cup the knees and take a small circle. Let's take our hands to lumbar spine and we'll just roll through the waist and hips. Both directions. Take one leg out, we'll press the heel into the floor, cross the arms over. Keeping the back straight, we drop our leg back, drop the tailbone down, chin stays high, neck long. Take a breath. Slowly come back up to stand, and we'll switch to the other side. Heel presses into the ground. Tailbone heavy, shift the weight into the back of the body. Back is straight. Take a breath. And we slowly come back up. Let's take our hand, fingers cupping into the other hand, elbows wide. Inhale together. Exhale, twist to the side. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist. And just turn your neck in line with the chest. Moving from side to side. Let's bring our hands to our shoulders and take some big circles. Opening through the shoulder joints, both directions. And we'll just allow our hands to come out from the body, maybe knocking on the back of the spine. Just allow the arms to be heavy. And slowly come back to just the same. You might shake out the arms, shake it out. All right, we're going to slowly raise our arms up. Turn the palms in towards each other, fingers pointing in, shoulders heavy. Sink down into the heels. Bring the attention back to the breath. See if you can get a sense for the energy in between the palms, in front of the body. As you breathe in, you might feel the belly expand, you might feel the arms expand a little wider. As you breathe out, palms come closer together. So we just see if we can activate and cultivate this chi, this energy, this life force, both within the body and external to the body. Our fire element, when out of balance, we can feel a little stuck, depressed, flat, joyless, lack direction. We can bring our fire element into balance just by teaching ourselves to be present, to come back to this moment. So as your arms start to ache and mind starts to tell you that it's unhappy, just notice those messages. Come back to the breath. In the book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, he was a Holocaust survivor, lost many members of his family. Tells us that between any stimulus and our response, there is a space. In that space lies our power and our freedom. So when we always run towards desire, achievement, when we always run away from pain and suffering, these things are always in our power. These are choices, actions. So right now we just bring our awareness to this feeling of maybe a little discomfort. We notice what our mind is doing. We notice our power to respond, to react? What is our mind telling us? What can we learn about ourselves today? Maybe we don't know how strong we can be. Take one more breath here. And we slowly bring the arms down. So today we're going to do some forms to cultivate our fire element energy in the body. We'll start with parting clouds. Inhale, take the arms wide. Pause the breath and turn the palms face up. Exhale and draw the little fingers together. Sink through the heels. Inhale, draw energy into the body. Turn the palms side out. And then we pause the breath to draw the arms down. Inhale to lift up. Pause the breath, turn the palms side out, draw arms together. Pausing the breath. Inhale, draw energy in. And then turn the palms side out. What can we let go of? All right, let's just find our own flow, listening to the breath. Maybe bringing the attention to these pauses in between the movements. Maybe we can create some space between our thoughts. So we're not just jumping from one thought to the next. We slowly train our mind to become more still. Between any stimulus and response, there is a space. In this space lies our power and our freedom. The Greek philosopher Epictetus had a similar story. He would say the story of our life is not what happens to us. It's how we react, how we respond. He was a slave in Rome, and he ended up becoming a very well-known philosopher. So often we get attached to these stories of self, things that we think we are or that we can't control. Maybe your mind is full of those stories right now. Instead of questioning them, we just come back to the breath. We don't have to believe our thoughts. Thoughts are just thoughts taking us wherever they want. We don't have to go on that journey. It's also true that whatever we think about then becomes the inclination of our mind. So if we spend all our time watching monkeys Sooner or later, we'll be dancing around like a monkey. So maybe just use practice to become aware of our habits, patterns. Whatever we do in life is most likely what we're going to keep doing. And if we want to create new patterns, it's not simply about thinking or making a resolution to. It's about practice, training our minds, creating space. At the end of the next breath, just bring your body back to stillness. Just take a moment to scan through the body, see how you feel right now. In your fingers and your toes, just a sense of energy having moved around the body. Let's take our palm one over the other, lifting up. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, take the hands wide, sink through the heels. Inhale to lift up. So as we search for our true self, this part of us that never changes no matter what happens to us, we might feel like we're parting the clouds of the sky being our self that never changes. So no matter what gets in the way, no matter what weather, clouds, rain, storms, wind, just push them away, getting a sense for this clear, constant self. We inhale to grow tall, maybe the heels lift, light, and then as we turn the palms heavy, sinking down, feeling the grounding of the earth. The end of your next out breath, just come back to stillness. This time we're going to shift our weight onto one leg and take the palm up and across the body, lifting up. Turn the palm down and side up. Shift the weight to the other leg. As you take your hand up, feel like you're lifting a heavy weight. And as you turn the palm side up. Slowly meet back in the center. Now bring the attention back to the feet. Maybe bring a hint of a smile in the corners of your mouth. Shoulders sink heavier away from the ears. do the form, the cloudy hands by the lake. We bring our right hand in front of our heart, eyes face towards the hand, and just we slowly turn the body to the side. Keeping the eyes focused on the hand, we switch hands. This one, we're just allowing our breath to become calm. So much moving with the breath. I get a sense as you feel into this energy outside of the body. Things just become a little more still. When our fire element comes into balance, we just enjoy life as it is without questioning why it is the way it is. You might remember the story of the contented fisherman. One day, a businessman went on holiday. He went to an island, and as he arrived, he saw a man out fishing in a boat. He went about his business. Later that day, he was walking down the beach, and he saw the fisherman with his feet up, smiling, enjoying the day. He said, "Fisherman, why aren't you out catching fish?" The fisherman said, "I caught all I needed in only 10 minutes today." The businessman said, "Why not go back out? Why not go catch more fish, make more money? Then you can buy a bigger boat. And then with your bigger boat, you can go into deeper waters and you can catch even more fish and make even more money and buy a fleet of boats. And then with the fleet of boats, you can command the seas and catch all the fish, have more money." The fisherman said, "What would I do then?" The businessman said, well, then you could relax and enjoy life." The fisherman just smiled to himself. What am I doing right now? And in your next breath, slowly bring the hands down. We're going to bring our feet together, toes pointing out. So we want to have like a diamond shape as we bend the knees without putting any pressure on the knees. We're going to draw our fingers and thumb together. This is the heart and small intestine meridians joining together with lung and large intestine. We'll inhale to take the arms out and drop the tailbone down a little. And then we'll sigh out, turn the hands down, straighten back up. Inhale, turn the palms up, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten up. Just find your own rhythm with the breath. And slowly come back to stillness. take both hands out. Lift up. And then as we come to the top of our breath, we just slowly float one knee up and then side out to bring it back. Keep your attention on the feet. We draw our fire element into balance. Just keeping our focus. You might like to just bring all your attention to the four corners of the feet. As you rise up, feel light. Side out, draw the foot back down. Invite balance and stability into our day, into our life. And slowly come back to stillness. Just take a moment again to scan through the body. Final form today. We lift the palms up in front of the body. Inhale to draw energy in. And then we'll turn the fingers down, knuckles towards each other, side out. Sink down. Rolling through the wrists to the knuckles. We inhale. We bring the hands into kind of a lotus flower form. And we side out. Take the arms wide. Might feel like a fountain. Inhale, turn the palms up. Draw energy in. Exhale, turn the fingers down, elbows come up. Roll through the wrists, knuckles. Side out. Inhale. Palms together, knuckles together. Roll up. Side out. Inhale. Just find your own rhythm here. As you allow that energy to leave the body. Just feel like we're getting rid of whatever we don't need. Whatever habits and habit energy and patterns that don't serve us anymore. end of your next cycle, we're just going to bring our hands into that lotus flower shape. Thumbs and little fingers meet, fingers point up. So allow shoulders to be heavy again. So take your next breath, we just invite presence into the body. Spend so much time in this idea that the more we do, the more we achieve. But the nature of joy is to chase our desires, to achieve more, to do more. But of course, once we get something we desire, we just desire something else. Once we achieve one thing, we just need to achieve something else. Or maybe we never achieve it at all. Either way, joy doesn't come through desire, doesn't come through achievement. So as we practice, maybe this idea becomes a little more entrenched in our body, in our mind. This idea that joy doesn't come from desire and achievement. It doesn't come from running from discomfort or pain or suffering. Joy comes from simply being present, allowing life to be exactly what it is without needing anything to be any different. Let's take our arms down by the side of the body. We'll inhale to reach out and up. Turn the palms side out. Inhale to reach up. Turn the palms. Let it go. One more time. I'm just going to finish in a short meditation. If you'd like to come down to a seated position. So all of these practices are based on this book from 2,500 years ago called the Tao Te Ching. I thought I'd finish with a couple of chapters from the Tao. Chapter 9. Fill your bowl to the top and it will only spill. Keep sharpening your knife and it will only become blunt. Keep chasing after money and security and your heart will never unclench. Care about other people's approval and you will only become their prisoner. So just do your work and then step back, the only path to serenity. Another fire element chapter, chapter 12. Colors blind the eyes, sounds deafen the ears, flavors numb the taste, thoughts weaken the mind, desires wither the heart. The master observes the world but trusts his inner vision. He allows things to come and go. His heart is open to the sky. And a bit of chapter 2. Therefore, the master acts without doing anything, teaches without saying anything. Things arise and she lets them come. Things disappear and she lets them go. She has but doesn't possess, acts but doesn't expect. When her work is done, she forgets it, and that is why it lasts forever. Let's bring our hands to heart center. So in Taoism, the master isn't the boss, isn't the teacher, isn't the expert. The master is simply somebody who is allowing the world to be as it is. So as you cultivate your mastery of Taoism, your practice of Qigong, maybe you don't become a lot better at Qigong, but you become a lot better at being yourself. So we just spend this last minute of practice just with gratitude for coming to the mat, learning today. And of course, the shared energy of practicing together. Many thanks, everyone.